Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Star Citizen. In today's video I'm going to be showing you something a little different from what I've done in the previous episodes, and I'm going to be showing you my largest ship that I currently have in my fleet right now. And this ship that we are going to look at, which is right in front of us, notably right in front of us, is called the Starfarer Gemini. There's two different kinds of Starfarers. There's the Starfarer Gemini, which is the military variant, and there's the just a standard Starfarer. Now the difference between them is obviously if you think military, you think, well, it's probably got better shields, bigger engines, thicker armor, and you are absolutely right. This thing is a tough nut to crack. You could almost picture this as a turtle. You know, the front of the ship is the head, the rest of the body is just the shell. Yeah. But I'm going to be doing like a detailed overlook at this huge ship, which is currently the largest ship in the game right now. Now I am on the PTU server, which is the test server. So this is probably going to be more buggier than what the live server is right now. So you'll have to forgive Star Citizen and me for any mistakes that we make. But Starfarer Gemini, what's its role? It technically has two kinds of roles. First of all, it's a refueler. And you can tell that by these huge fuel tanks that are mounted underneath the rear of this ship. I believe there's 8 of them. Yeah, 8 fuel tanks. And what I think is going to happen, you can't actually refuel in game at the moment, because this ship is still in progress, is that I believe a pipe or some sort, a tube, will come out of this little hatch here, and it will kind of drift to the back of the ship with a hose on the end. And it's very similar to what the military does when they're refueling their fighter jets. They come up close round the back of these planes, but in this case it's just a huge ship, and they dock their fueling nose into the fueling tube, and you can refuel in mid-flight, which is really cool. But the other cool feature on this as well is that it can hold quite a lot of cargo. Now it can't hold as much cargo as the original Starfarer. I think this holds 33% less cargo, but it still holds a huge amount of cargo. And just looking at these huge landing legs here, a lot of detail gone into this, I'll tell you that much. Absolutely brilliant. So you can see these huge weapons on the front here. These are actually 2 size 4s on the front there. But there's not just 2 size 4s. There's 4 size 4s. Yeah, that is pretty ridiculous. These are controlled by the pilot, so the pilot can fly the ship as well as fire these unmanned turrets. And also you have size 3 missiles. You've got 9 of them, and these are proximity missiles, so they don't have to hit or come into contact with the ship that you're firing at. They explode near enough within the area of the ship, which is really cool. You can actually swap these out, and let's see. So let's put an M6 laser on there. So this is the same laser that is used on the constellation Andromeda. And you can put any size 4 and below that onto this. So again, just an insane amount of firepower. Absolutely crazy. Let's put the these cannons back on. Here we go. It's beautiful. It looks like there's a docking collar here, and I'll show you more of the insides later on in the video. You've got these huge intakes here. Now I don't understand why, I may be wrong and someone's probably going to correct me. Why would there be air intakes on a ship in space? Because it's a vacuum in space, right? Unless you go to a planet, maybe that's why they're there. Yeah, that could make sense. Air intakes when you go on to atmospheric planets. Does make sense. Again, huge legs. And I believe this is one of the thrusters, yeah. There's multiple thrusters on this huge behemoth of a ship. And again, those huge fuel containers. Absolutely massive. There's also 3 manned turrets on this ship as well, so you get plenty of protection. As you can see already, there's 2 on the spines. I like to call the long struts that come out of the back of the ship spines. Left spine and the right spine. And these are Panther repeaters, so these are size 2s. Wow. So you got 4 size 3s, and it looks like the gunners actually tip themselves, like the cockpit, should we say, the little room that they're in, it actually flips them upside down, so they get plenty of, should we say, a large field of view. But look at all this detail, it's absolutely insane. But enough of the outside, let's have a look at the inside. So to get in, you just come to this hatch here. There's a button here. Just press this. And just watch this animation, guys. This is absolutely brilliant. Isn't that one of the best animations you've ever seen? Oh, it's so cool. It's brilliant. I like how the little banisters come up at the side. That is awesome. So let's go ahead and shut the emergency door. Or the hangar door, should we say. And this is really cool, this. It slows right down until they actually lock each other. That is pretty cool. I've noticed there's a little hole there. Can you see that? A little hole? They really need to put some sellotape over that or something. Because the atmosphere in here, all the oxygen is just going to get sucked out through that little hole. But yeah, here we are inside the Starfarer. So this is the cargo bay, or the cargo room. Huge cargo room. Looks like you could put some, what do you call some rovers in here as well. And plenty of room for cargo as well. Again, a lot of detail. Got some seats, but we can't use them. Insulating pipes. And this takes us to, yeah, the docking collar underneath the front of the ship, I believe. These are, I believe this is where you change your suits. So you change from, see, I'm in civilian clothing right now. If I was in space, I'd die. So I need to be in there to change suits. because they've made it so if people coming through here, okay, this area isn't pressurized, so they need to go into these little chambers here to change into their civilian clothing while the room gets pressurized, and then they can walk out again. And that's what I'm guessing. I may be wrong, but it's just a guess. So anyway, that's the bottom of the ship, and there are many floors in the ship, and yes, there's stairs in this ship. Okay, so second floor, let's go through here. So these bigger doors compared to these doors, you have to actually interact with them. You have to physically open them. The other doors you don't, you can just walk up to them. The reason why is these doors signify that whichever room you're entering by physically opening these doors is probably going to be depressurized. See, this will take us outside into space. So if we were coming into here, we'd have to open this, walk in here, wait for that to shut, and then possibly these vents here would pressurize this room, allowing us to go further into the other parts of the ship, which is pretty neat. But we'll go back out here again. This is interesting. So I guess this is where you manage all the fuel tanks, which is pretty cool. I'm not going to go over there because there is a bug where you fall through part of the gantry there. But you get the good idea. Also, when you're in space as well, when you're walking on this gantry, you do have gravity, so you can walk around here while it's moving around, and you won't get, should we say, slingshotted into space. What else we got here? We've also got some lifts. So go ahead and call this down. There we go. So you've got some lifts there that take you up to the 3rd floor. But we'll have a look at the 2nd floor a bit more. So you got an overlook of the cargo hold there. You've got an interesting looking computer here as well. I think this is to manage or sort out your cargo as it comes through those doors there, and just see how much cargo you've got and the mass of them, which that'll be pretty interesting. So we've got some ladders there that go into the maintenance areas, so you can do some quick maintenance if your ship gets damaged. And this takes us into the neck of the ship, the front neck of the ship. We've got some escape pods here. Got 6 of them. And you're probably wondering why you need 6 of them. Well, I'll show you in a minute. But this room is basically for who all the crew that's in the cockpit. If they need to evacuate the ship, they've all got an escape pod each, so they can get out relatively safe. And this is the flight deck. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 seats in here. So we've got pilot, co-pilot, captain's seat, and 2, should we say, power management people? They manage the shields, power, thrusters, weapons. They do all that kind of stuff, which is pretty nice. And you will need those people. You don't need them, but it helps a lot to have more people on the ship, since this ship is supposed to have 7 people in it. It's got a relatively good field of view. Really nice. So let's get into the pilot seat and have a look from his perspective. So not too bad animations. So all these displays, you imagine that will show you different parts of the different systems within the ship. I don't know what the captain's gonna do in his fancy chair. I don't know if he'll get a display to monitor the ship as well. I don't know, guys. But yeah, the detail is extraordinary. So it's telling us we're going to the cargo bay. And that's it for the second floor. So we'll go to the third floor. More stairs. More stairs again. Now I like to call this area the maintenance floor. Because you've got all these exposed modules everywhere. So we've got a lift there, but I won't show you that yet. Yeah, you've got all these little panels here that can monitor and regulate different systems within the ship. Got some more escape pods for the engineers in this area. It's got this interesting looking generator here. Must be the gravity generator. And to our right in here we have the power plant, which is interesting because it's in a room within a room. See that? Interesting. Nothing else down here. Got some more seats that can fold out by the looks of it, but they're not animated or interactive right now. Got some more escape pods. So down this long corridor is if you're looking at it from the rear of the ship, is the right spine. So these are the little maintenance corridors that you have to crouch to get into. It's got some nice windows here, so you can look outside. And here's one of the turrets. So I'm going to show you the animation of this turret. So it comes up, spins right way around, and then when you go down, spins you upside down, pulls you down, and you're good to go. Really, really cool. Pretty good field of view as well. Pretty impressed, guys. See the guns there as well, which is really nice. But obviously when you're in space and you're fighting, there's no right or wrong way up, is there? So it's always good to be upside down. So we'll just get out of here right now. Just like that. Open this door. And we're good to go. So it's exactly the same on the other side as well. It's very symmetrical. Got some more maintenance hatches. It's interesting this because you have to go prone through here as well. Oh, it's a bit buggy right now. There we go. Oh, are we stuck? Nope, we're alright. Got some ladders going to the 4th floor, and some more ladders here going to the 2nd floor. Again, more panels. I believe that's it. Okay, so 4th floor. So you got a lift here. If the lift doesn't work, you can always use the stairs. We're just going to use the lift for now. There we go. Pretty cool. and this is to call the lift up and down. And I'd like to call this part the crew quarters, just because it looks more, should we say, homely. So this is dining area. Got kitchen, seating area to eat your food. This looks like, I don't know, I was going to say that was a sink, but I don't think that's a sink. I have no idea what that is. No idea. But you got some window panels above you as well, so when you're sitting down, well, I guess you can. I guess you can when you're sitting down, but you can look up into space, which is pretty cool. And this is the captain's quarters. So he's got his bed. Got a shower and a toilet in one. You can have a sit down and have a lazy shower. Got some storage containers there by the looks of it. Got a sink, some towels. Got a nice window here. And I'm guessing this is, I don't know, the master computer, should we say? He can monitor all the ship's stats in the comfort of his quarters. He's got some looks like alcoholic drinks there, drinking on duty. More these must be like shelving units then. You can place things on, which is pretty cool. What else do we have? Let's go here. So this is the sleeping quarters for the rest of the crew. So 6 beds plus the captain's bed. 6 crew. These look like lockers. Looks like they swing open and you can change into your clothing. Looks like there's going to be a window there, but it's covered up. Interesting. Seating area and another window. And of course you got the toilets, which are labelled very clearly male and female. Both exactly the same. So you got shower, toilet, sink, everything you need in a bathroom. Female toilets exactly the same. Pretty standard. More seating area. So these are like shortcuts to the maintenance access. So this is the lift that we actually came up from, and there's one on the other side as well, so you can quickly get to any damaged modules as well. It's got a ladder that takes you down as well, and this is the top manned turret, and this actually gets the benefit of having 2 size 4s instead of 2 size 3s, very much similar to the guns on the front of the Star Gemini. And in this turret you actually get a better field of view as well, and you're on top of the ship as well. Yeah, there we go, look at that. Beautiful. See a little window there as well. A lot of detail gone into this, guys. See the huge thrusters on the back. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe there's 6 or 3. I'm going to say 6. Absolutely gorgeous. Now the cool thing is that you can replace the missile pods at the front with a fuel collector. What this does is you can fly the ship around a gas giant, for example Jupiter in our solar system, and the fuel collector can obviously collect all the different particles that are orbiting around Jupiter, and it will process it into fuel, where you can then turn it into refined fuel, and then you can either sell it or keep it and refuel ships within the universe, which is pretty cool. But because this is the military variant, I just left the missiles on there because they're just absolutely nasty. So you can see the top turret there, 2 size 4s. I can actually change those lasers for the ballistic cannons that are mounted on the front there as well, which is pretty insane. Really nice looking ship. Oh, so we're just getting out of the man turret right now in third person. There we go. Bit of a bug there. And here, I believe, yeah, it takes us into another one of the maintenance areas. Yep. Oh, lift access. Another lift access. So I was going to show you the lifts as well on the outside and where they would take you. We're on the 2nd floor right now, so let's go ahead and test this lift out. So it takes you into this room. Looks like a room that needs to be pressurized and depressurized. Again, you've got these little changing rooms to change into your civilian clothing, or military clothing should I say, or into your spacesuits. Because you've got a door here that you need to physically open. And it looks like these little fans, I suppose, are probably going to pressurize this room, which is really interesting. But yeah guys, that's it. That's the Starfarer Gemini. Massive ship, largest ship that I currently have, the largest ship that Star Citizen has to offer you right now. And this ship is actually flyable in the PTU. So if you guys want to see some gameplay or see an episode where I am flying this behemoth, feel free to leave a like. And also comment in the comment section below if you want to see me fly this huge ship. But yeah guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next verse guys.